Salutations, good fortune to you. I'm Jacob Satori.
And I'm Ashley Moeller.
And welcome to Flashbacks U.S. History. Today we're talking about a happy time of paranoia, fear, and panic.
Emotionally unstable countries, scientific advancements,
Military booms, and defense weapons, also known as the arms race. During World War II, the Soviet Union, the United States, and Great Britain sided together against a mutual enemy, Germany and the other Axis powers.
German aggression and Axis invasions threatened the safety of Europe, Asia, and North Africa. Though the United States and the Soviets never got along well, they worked together to protect the safety of their people.
Throughout the mid-1940s, when Franklin Delano Roosevelt was president of the United States, tensions between the Soviet Union and the United States amplified.
At the time, I saw Rose's
U.S. villain
came to power. Of course, we know him as Joseph Stalin, because Stalin, meaning man of steel, sounded much better.
Put simply, Stalin didn't play nice with anyone. We say the Cold War started as the atomic bomb project started because it was this time that it became harder and harder for the U.S. and the Soviets to get along.
On April 12, 1945, President Roosevelt died of a stroke in his Georgia home. Vice President Harry S. Truman became President Harry S. Truman.
Interesting fact, the S in Harry S. Truman is actually just an S, an unfortunate outcome of indecisive parenting.
As I was saying, President Truman took office. He also took control over the Manhattan Project, a plan to build the first atomic bomb. Surprisingly, President Truman didn't even know about the project until he became president.
4 months after he assumed control of the project, a nuclear bomb dropped in the city of Hiroshima in Japan. But the detonation didn't only shake up Japan, but the whole world. As we left World War II and entered the Cold War, the threat of nuclear war became real.
The Soviets were afraid to instigate any violence because of the fear of an atomic crisis. The real trouble started on the 29th of August 1949, when the Soviets got their own atomic bomb. This development brought upon the decade of the arms race.
Well, it wasn't that. It was definitely more volatile. Think of this. The arms race was a competition between the United States and the Soviet Union that detonated a rise in military and defense weaponry. Both countries wanted to have the best and most advanced technology in the world.
During Eisenhower's presidency, the method used to deal with the Soviet Union and communism was called the New Look policy. This reverted back to the idea of containment so that communism would not infect other countries' governments and would fall in on itself. The U.S. applied this tactic by making and maintaining alliances with the Soviet sphere of influence. It then became known that the Soviets had caught up with the U.S. in producing nuclear weapons. In response, Eisenhower and his Secretary of State, John Foster Dulles, threatened the use of the U.S.'s arsenal against the Soviet Union as they made an offensive move. This was known as a massive retaliation. These events led up to the idea of brinkmanship, where the two countries nearly pushed each other to war, until
JFK
his presidency and started the flexible response strategy. This method was a defense in 1961.
So you guys probably all heard about the H-bomb. Because the Soviets were in fear of an atomic crisis, they decided to counter-interfere and build their own H-bomb in order to avoid the abounding stress and fear of the H-bomb itself. Now, in this bomb, you will find deuterium and tritium. They are fused into the bomb, which creates helium, and then thereby it releases all the energy. In 1955, the Soviets exploded their first H-bomb. This was led by Andrei Sakharov. He is considered as the father of the Soviet H-bomb, and the creation of this H-bomb was a very big movement in the arms race.